NTV. A very good morning. Welcome to this edition of Morning at NTV's Big Story. It's the 4th day of April 2017. My name is Simon Kaziate. This morning we're having a conversation that's political. Now, for the last couple of months, we've been hearing some simmering tensions within the oldest political party in the land. We're talking about the Democratic Party. But none of this came to the fore until just last week, when a meeting that was convened by a vice president of that party for Buganda region was quashed, or perhaps didn't see the light of day. And of course, questions came to the surface to say, why would this meeting, supposed to have been organized within proper party rules and regulations and guidelines, broken up in this manner, more like we've seen other political organizations being put into disarray when they attempt to make some form of organization in the city. And then, of course, there are accusations coming left, right, and center. But at the heart of it all, we have two individuals that are seeming to be sparring. We're looking at the Vice President for Buganda Region, the Honorable Nambooze, and on the other hand, the Party President General. They call them President Generals. I don't know whether that still holds.
It is over the president.
And that is the Honorable Norbert Mao. This morning, we have a conversation with the Honorable Nambooze, asking her exactly why, first and foremost, she chose to hold her meeting, when she chose to hold it, and if the accusations being made by the Mao group is anything to hold water, why she chose to hold her meeting without prior consultation with the National Executive Committee of the party, and of course get prior approval by the highest organ of the party. That and more on the Big Story this morning. Honorable Nambooze, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning.
You organized a huge rally under the banner, Make DP Great Again.
Yes.
That sounds very familiar. We've heard it before. But you forgot one thing. You did not seek prior approval. You did not write to NEC. You did not get the nod of the President General. Why so?
Good morning, viewers. You know, it's not true that I did not consult my president about this. And it is unfortunate that this debate is ongoing. A debate like this one wouldn't have been available in a free and democratic society. And when we talk about a free and democratic society, we are talking about Uganda as a country and Democratic Party as a political party and an institution. So, one, when we came up with this idea of organizing for a national, a regional conference for all DP leaders coming from the districts of Buganda. We first of all sat among ourselves, because on the DP NEC we have 5 people representing Buganda in particular. The 5 of us are not elected by the General Delegates Conference. We are elected by only delegates from this region. And that's provided for in your constitution? It is provided for in the constitution under Article 17K that we shall have 4 regional branches for DP, and there are 4 regional vice presidents. That is the northern region, the eastern region, the western and central region, which is Buganda. So, and in the previous delegates conference, the delegates moved to give these regional DP governments more powers. Only that the constitution as amended is not being implemented today, and you know, so many excuses are coming up, but that will be a debate for another day. Indeed. So we sat. I have 4 representatives, one for Greater Mubende, another one for Greater Masaka, another one for Greater Mukono, and another one for Kampala and Wakiso. Those are 4 regional. Under you? And no, we work with them. You work with them? Yes. So that makes these 5 of you? 5 of us. First of all, we had a meeting, and we agreed that we shall call for a leaders' conference. Then, after that meeting, we wrote to the President General of the party. And there is a reason why the DP President is called the President General, because he presides over 4 other presidents who govern regions. So we wrote to the President. When we delivered the letter, you know, the environment has not been good in the party. There are suspicions and people are suspecting each other. Whatever you do, people think that you are doing it in bad faith. So we wrote the president. When the letter was delivered to his office, it was rejected by his assistants. Now the accusation was that I had came up with a letterhead that described the DP as the Democratic Party instead of saying Democratic Party. But these are semantics, you know. These are some things which are excusable, because a letterhead can be designed anyway. But then, well, we said, how do you want it to be? They said, we want the letterhead to read the Democratic Party without this THE. Yes. So we went back, redesigned the letterhead, and delivered the letter again. But by the time we delivered the letter again, these assistants of the president told us, you know, you people want to organize a DP conference in order to split the party. Why are you organizing a conference for a particular region? But this is not new.
What you're saying, Honorable Nambooze,
even in 2000,
and without belaboring to go into exactly what happened,
yes,
it brings to fore one thing, that the relationship between perhaps yourself and your President General is one of suspicion and perhaps even acrimony. I want to ask why. Why is it that you, as top leaders of the Democratic Party, treat each other with that kind of suspicion, you know, and lack of cohesion?
When you don't follow the law, whatever is done, you know, there is this feeling by my President General that some of us did not support him, but that is not a big thing. Even if I did not support you,
he's the President General.
Once you are elected and I'm elected, we are supposed to serve the party together. But then, in the background, we had some small disagreements about the way Mr. Museveni was projecting our party. Some of us were not comfortable. Some of us were not comfortable with the relationship between our Vice President, Honorable Mukasambidi, and the President. More so, knowing that in politics it is all about perception. The picture that was being painted by Mr. Museveni.
You mean you cannot work with President Museveni without necessarily working for him?
Look here, the picture that was being painted by Mr. Museveni was that DP had become part and parcel of his party. So some of us said, no, we should fight this image being painted of us. And then others thought that it wasn't necessary. So we had those small misunderstandings.
And that's why I put it to you.
But then,
for example, you're a member of parliament.
When we moved
our government projects, for example, be put in your constituency, you mean you cannot be seen at a function where President Museveni is opening a tap in Mukono simply because you're a member of the Democratic Party? This was a bit different from what there is Mr. Museveni doing his state duties in your
constituency. In my constituency. Sometimes I choose to go, sometimes I choose not to go.
So if he came and you were there and he says, Nambooze is now my good daughter, she is good DP.
We are talking about NRM, celebrating their NRM day in Masindi. And we don't think that as a DP we should have been part of this function. But even then we said, maybe Mr. Mbide was looking for votes, and it's a bit excusable, but the reaction, the way they dealt with party members after that particular incident, instead of them coming out to explain, they instead chose to become dictators in the party and then fight anybody who disapproved of that relationship.
Great. Now that brings me to my next assertion. It is therefore clear without a doubt that the Democratic Party House is beginning to have very deep and visible cracks. Doesn't that worry you? And what's your next course of action? Because you have a party President General who believes you are breaking the law and is going to use every available legal or other force around them to stop you from your machinations. What are you going to do?
Definitely, any member of the party must be worried about the trends in the party at the moment. But we can't throw our hands in the air and start crying. That's why we thought it was proper for us to have meetings. And that's why I'm calling upon the President to convene meetings that are supposed to be convened by him and the NEC. Unfortunately, we don't have a party chairman at the moment since Honorable Kezala left. But we are saying we have the National Council. The National Council is the organ of the body that is supposed to fill vacant positions in the party. The National Council is supposed to draw policy and also give guidance to the party, and the Constitution provides that that council must sit at least every 6 months.
But it's not doing
but
so.
the National Council is not sitting. And this is one of our complaints. We are saying, let's convene the party organs to solve this matter. Beyond that, we have also come to realize that maybe we might fail to get solutions within the present structure of the DP, and it is in this spirit that we want even to advise the President General to convene a national
delegates conference and resign.
No. A national conference for the party, bringing together so many stakeholders. You see, we have been having some problems in the party. Some of our colleagues went.
Let's not be political here. Aren't you simply saying the President General has failed in his duties and therefore should resign?
Well, it is not Mao alone. All of us have sinned and fallen short of glory.
So why don't you all go in a mass? Why is the finger seeming to be pointing at Mao?
No. Since I came here, I haven't said that Mao should resign. And for me, what I'm saying is, first of all, under the Constitution, our term has expired.
Has it?
Yes, and we did not do anything to work on that. Our Constitution provides for a 1-year term. In case we are not able to convene the delegates conference to seek new mandate for leaders, you convene the National Council to give you mandate to continue, which we did not do. So in other words, in a way, we are in a constitutional crisis as a party. And when you have a constitutional crisis, you invite everybody
to come and try to
try to rectify. So that is what I was doing. I was inviting delegates, leaders from Buganda, and say, here, this is where we are. How do we move from here? Then we would gather our ideas, put them in a report, and send them to the President General. And unfortunately, we are not given that opportunity to convene. It's so sad.
You sound so conciliatory and the spirit well-intentioned.
That is what I am.
But those who know you better say that's your mojo. You're a trickster like that. You come up so humble and nice, and wait behind you are holding a dagger. And that's why Honorable Mao is ever so cautious about your machinations. In fact, if a press report anything to go by, today's red paper has a headline where Mao is saying that Nambooze wants to assassinate me. It's in the red paper this morning.
That is terrible. But I think Honorable Mao should not descend to that level. We are raising 6 issues to be worked upon in the party, and we are saying, I even have a name here, and
as you look for them,
and we have come out so openly to tell the public that these are our issues, 6 of them. One, we are suggesting that we need reforms in the party constitution, because since 1954, for example, so many things have happened whereby we needed to amend our constitution
but you have a constitution as amended.
Yes, the constitution that we amended only 1 section, 1 article dealing with regional governments. 2, what we are suggesting is a comprehensive, almost an overhaul of the DP constitution. But those are our proposals, and we are not saying that they must be taken, but we should be given space to make these suggestions. But you see, we are talking about rebranding the party.
You want to remove the whole and put something
not exactly that.
More Texas.
But after 63 years, we think there should be a debate about rebranding. And the 3, we are saying we should put up a mechanism of resolving conflicts and reconciling members. And 4, we are saying there is a need to reconstruct party structures. And then 5, we are saying we should reinstill the spirit of truth and justice through introducing a code of conduct for members and leaders. And 6, we are saying we should work upon a project of regaining public trust so that we can be able to be trusted with power by Ugandans. And those are our 6 points.
Just preempted my next question.
What is in this that can result into the assassination of Mao?
That's one.
I never thought that Mr. Mao could go so low. I know he knows the Nambooze's capacity. I've talked to him on 1-to-1. He knows what I can do and what I can't do. And the trick is to take me on the defensive. So he wants me now to start moving around the media houses saying, no, I will not be killing Mao. What? Why should I kill Mao?
Let me ask you something.
If I had the capacity to assassinate people, then this person I would have assassinated yesterday. This one.
Which one?
That one.
No, me?
Somebody.
Ooh, they have a name. Honorable Nambooze, when you are an opposition party, the oldest as it is,
yes,
in Uganda, and you are in such disarray, and folks do not appreciate the way you are running your business, and you are fighting every single day for internal recognition, internal structuring and the like. How then can you convince us that maybe in the next 3 years you'll be ready to take a national leadership?
You know,
take on the presidency?
Some time back, I was talking to my former President General, Honorable Kawanga Semwongerere.
How is he?
And he's fine. He's fine and aging gracefully. And he told me, look here, my daughter, these things happen in all political parties in the world. It's only here in Uganda that you blow things out of proportion just because of our the environment we have here. This is just a growing democracy. So, you know, the Republicans, for example, can afford to disagree with Trump, and you don't hear people saying that the Republican Party has broken up into pieces. But in Uganda here, any slight disagreement with those who hold the power is taken as a disintegration of the party and a very big offense, and people come out with pangs, hammers, guns to kill you just because you have raised anything in disagreement with them. Which political party, which society can exist where people agree all the time on everything? So this was supposed to be a healthy debate. That a member and some other members are bringing out 6 issues for discussion. Instead of attacking the debate, instead of going for the issues, people, first of all, they chose to go for the personality of Betty Nambooze. Having failed on that, they accused us of sectarianism. Now you are telling me that we are even being accused that we are plotting murder. You know,
isn't it true sometimes that you suffer, especially you members of the Democratic Party from the central region, you've got a certain Uganda nationalism about you, that you think the Democratic Party is more deserving of a leadership that is not Norbert Mao because he comes from outside Uganda. These sentiments have been raised several times, and you'll forgive me for raising them again. You may need to clarify that.
Well, Honorable Mao deep in his heart knows that these issues have nothing to do with his tribe. But he's safer raising the issue of his tribe just for the sake of pushing us away and trying to do away with the issues we are trying to raise. The fact of the matter is that Uganda is a coat of many colors, and when you are putting on a coat of many colors, you know, you will never breach it.
Exactly.
People who are dealing with us as a society need to recognize these differences we have. But nobody should ever be demonized because of his tribe. This thing happened here in the 1960s. When KY went into an alliance with UPC, they had an agreement, and they had Sir Edward Mutesa and Milton Obote had agreed on what Uganda they wanted to give to us. But when Mutesa started violating the constitution, when Obote started violating the constitution and adopting dictatorial tendencies, whenever they would be pointed to by Sir Edward Mutesa, then Obote would strategically run behind his tribe and accuse Mutesa of tribalism. It is unfortunate that Honorable Mao is bringing that back, that old tool.
It's an old trick in the book.
Yes, to be used against us in this modern period of time. What we are saying, yes, Honorable Mao is a Mucholi and I'm a Muganda. But I'm saying, why is it that the party organs don't fit?
Has it anything to do with tribe?
Does that have anything to do with our tribes? But you know,
so what you're saying is that let him do what he's supposed to do.
Let him do what he's supposed to do.
But some will argue that he cannot do what he's supposed to do because you are frustrating.
Let him give us the answers we are demanding for. Let him give the clarifications the party members are seeking for, instead of hiding behind his tribe. I find this to be blackmail.
As we conclude, Honorable Nambooze, your chairman of the party. Wait.
Yes, people go.
You have been losing senior members and they go into senior positions in the ruling government.
Fine.
Fine?
Yes.
That doesn't worry you? Doesn't bother you?
Well,
doesn't show you that the party is standing on quicksand?
How does Mr. Museveni take on these people? Does he convince them over ideas, or he compromises them for other benefits?
I wouldn't know. Perhaps it's ideas. They've realized that the DP is bankrupt politically, and therefore they're looking for a rich and highly engaging political organization like the NRM, and they move.
I don't think so. The environment we are operating in Uganda at the moment is that of a dictatorship. President Museveni uses money, government jobs, at times intimidation and blackmail to take our members. But that cannot be sustainable in the long run. People will go, but the issue is to do with the general population in Uganda. Once the Ugandan is not satisfied in his government, even if he takes in Nambooze tomorrow, DP will survive. What we need to do, we who are remaining behind, is to organize ourselves, work with other forces that are also fighting this dictatorship. First of all, to liberate this country, and then set back the country on
the
rails.
course of democratic governance.
On democratic governance.
Very finally, where is Betty Nambooze, say, 5 years, 10 years from today? Let's see you on the ballot paper for DP President General. Because from the look of things, you seem to be frustrated with the way it's being governed today, and you wouldn't for a moment mind being the President General of DP. Is that an ambition you're harboring?
Ambitions aside, first of all, we need to put up systems in the party that will deliver for us a free and fair election. And that system will deliver leaders. And that is only when I can offer myself to say, I'm standing. Minus that, if we introduce this debate, either Nambooze wants to be president of DP or doesn't want, that debate will divert us from the issues we are pursuing at the moment. One, I must tell you that I do qualify. Two, that as a member of DP, I have all right to stand for that position.
Absolutely.
And three, I'm already part of the presidency.
Of the Democratic.
Yes, I'm a vice president. And if you are to move,
and if I may add the fourth one, from the trajectory of your political growth, from a little political activist to a member of parliament,
a very humble woman,
from a humble woman, madam teacher, to now Honorable Nambooze, it's going to be far-fetched for anyone to assume that perhaps at the next opportunity to have a DP President General, you will be on that card. How about that?
One, I haven't thought about it at the moment, but I say I do qualify, and as a person who is now a vice president of the party, the next destination should be really that. I will either be retiring or going for the biggest office.
And from the look of things, you don't look like you're about to retire.
But that is not what is driving me at the moment. What is driving me at the moment is that I want to call upon whoever is everybody, including the entire membership of the DP, that we need to bring back sanity in our party. Sanity.
As we conclude, perhaps you may need to use another trick. If they say write a letter on a certain headed paper, do it. If they say consult NEC, please do it. Give prior notice to the police and hold you alert. All
those things I did. Everything.
And you did.
I followed the laws to the letter, even including the regulations as raised by Honorable Mao. It is only that these people did not want the meeting to go on. They were supposed to stop it anyway. And
will the meeting ever go on anyway?
Well, we are now trying to meet various people and to put up new dates for the meeting. Of course, we shall do some homework to reach everybody who said that he wasn't consulted the other time, because what we want is a successful meeting for this region, and we want to urge our colleagues in other regions also to make similar arrangements.
With what happened last week, do you think that the meeting will be held within the premise of sobriety and you'll discuss with a sober mind, or now you're going to get militarized, angry supporters to come in for a meeting that will possibly pass resolutions that could maybe put an abrupt end to Mao's hold onto the Democratic Party? That's the worry.
You know, when it comes to politics, it is always about leadership. It is what form of leadership are we going to give the party at this moment? And I've requested my brother, Honorable Mao, to give the party leadership. Once we leaders behave in a sober manner, even the supporters will be. If we don't work on our attitudes as leaders, then we are bound to divide this party and split it further.
Very finally, do you think Norbert Mao is acting like all other scared people fearing to lose grip of their hold on to power, or you actually think that behind him is the ever-present macinating hand of President Museveni? Do you think Mao is an agent of the state in the democratic?
Well, I think that President Mao is a captive of certain forces, and I can't rule out that Mr. Museveni is one of them.
Oh?
I can't rule out, although I'm still studying to see. But he is a hostage of some forces. Yes, when you meet him and talk to him, he's very reasonable. But as soon as he gets on the other side, you hear him throwing very, very dangerous words at you. Then you see what possesses this great man.
Honorable Nambooze Betty Bachireke, Member of Parliament, Mukono Municipality.
But all in all, the meeting will take place. We are trying to organize it once again, and then we shall not keep quiet about the changes we seek in our party, the reforms we seek for, and we are saying it is now time to call back everybody, and we sit on a round table and see and chart the way forward for Democratic Party.
You know, I'm worried.
And we shall not be intimidated anyway.
I'm worried about one thing.
Don't be.
The country is looking at folks like yourselves, the opposition, in your various groupings, to deliver the change that they possibly have.
And this is what we are fighting for.
Right now, when they think that you only have about 3 years to deliver change at the national level, you are standing on quicksand internally. Look, you make us feel a bit very hopeless. And we begin to think that perhaps
here, my brother,
change may not come in the next maybe 20 years.
Look here, my brother. You cannot have rain when you see a thunder. This is part of it. What we are doing, what you look at as wrangles and conflicts, we are building a democracy. That is how democracies are built.
You will get out of
You don't just sit there and wish for things. You work for them. And when we politicians are working, ours is a job of contradictions. We work amidst those contradictions. And for me, this is quite heresy for the Democratic Party. Since when did you last call somebody to talk about DP on this show?
Come to think about it. Thank you very much. I do hope that one of these days you'll return here to have this conversation with us. And we can't thank you more for gracing this program. I know what it feels like making it here on time from Mukono. You must have left at 5 a.m. in the morning.
It's quite terrible on that load, and we want to request the government to get money to work on the Kampala Ginger Load.
I think
one time we shall wake up and we see that the whole country has gone into a standstill because of the Kampala Ginger Load.
Because of the traffic there.
Because
that
of
is a sign of prosperity.
And you know, since we don't have a port of our own, that Kampala Ginger Load is such a very important load for this country. Of course, this is steady progress.
Yes. We'll be back here for another debate on similar matters with you, Honorable Nambooze. It's always a pleasure having a conversation with you, very sobering, but also we are watching you very keenly to see what next steps and actions you're going to make to liberate the so-called Democratic Party and perhaps the country on the whole.
I'm so honored by this invitation. I hope you will invite me again, and I want to request all DP leaders, especially those from Buganda, because that is where my mandate is. It is not
there she goes again.
But kindly, let's work for sanity in DP. We know we are operating in a very difficult situation, but still, I think we can be able to achieve something if we organize ourselves.
We'll take another break. When we return, it's more quality programming here on Morning at NTV as we continue with our quality programming every single morning. Have a wonderful day and God bless. We'll meet same place, same time tomorrow.